schema. Okay, we create a schema, and then we create a table space, and then we created the roles which we have to give. Okay, just imagine the specific schema. An example over here, we have created this schema, and we keep giving one schema name, permission grants. Okay, just imagine right now, if you get in future, you got say like this is your production schema name, something like applicate maybe web app. Okay, this is production app. Now there might be multiple users who need access to this application or or to this schema for accessing these objects, might be tables or anything, views, anything. So are you gonna give each and every one with a specific skill roles, like you have to give you cannot do perform manually these roles, like giving read on specific tables and everything. So instead of that, what you're gonna do, you'll create a role. Create role. Role name would be web app underscore RO. And you will grant all the grants on the objects to this role. Grant, sorry, role web app underscore RO. Grant, select on x dot employee to web app. Grant cover for. Now I've created a role. What I will do, I will assign this grant to this role instead of to the schema directly. So in future, if I have multiple tables, What I will do, I will grant the select on table to directly web app role, and directly I can assign this role to any of the schema. So in short, I don't have to manually go and give an access, each and access to all the schemas. I will create one role and I will give all the grants to that specific role, and I will assign this role to to schema directly. So it's your job tomorrow that you have to create two more schemas. First schema would have access, its own schema. Second access, you will give second schema the access to read and write. Third schema, you will give only read access. What really have to do is, like, first, now you already have Apex schema, which has table called employee. Tomorrow you will create one more schema anyone, schema underscore 2, and you will give read only access to table employee owned by Apex schema underscore 3, read write. Read means read would be like select star. Read would be read only select star. Read only update, insert, delete. So this one more schema. Let's go 4. Now this needs same permission like this one. So what was the option left to you? Either you will go and give this read select star permission on this table to this schema. Second, again you will go to the sys user, give select grant read update insert on table to Apex. Third, again you will go give permission read grant select on table employee to this schema. Third option, if you look in a company, there might be hundreds of schema, but for every schema you cannot give this permission manually, because there won't be a single object of table. There are multiple objects of table. So in that case, what you have to do is you will create one profile, create a role name, read only. You will assign grant to read only. Assign grant read write to table. Now in future, somebody will ask, they just need read only access. You will give directly this role. In future, somebody will ask, they need read and write, you give directly this role. So with this help of this one, there's single line command instead of going performing insert update everything to command. So tomorrow your job is to create one schema is already there. You have to create 3 more schemas. And for the first schema, there will be read only access. Second would have read, write, update, delete access. Third would have only read only access. So in that case, you have to create a role based on the grants which you want to give to the schemas. That's your job to do tomorrow. Now today we'll do creating a database plugger letters PDP. Let me share my screen. creating new PDP. How many database we have over here? Sandeep and Lakshmi, how many database we have over here?
We have one, right? And one is the seed.
Yeah. Now, how many more? How many database you can see on the screen?
3.
How many database we have right now? So, any idea how many database we have? Yes. This is for root compartment. And if you see dollar in the name of the container compartment, anything, that means it is related to container and it's seeded. It's seeded for root. It's root. It's again a container for your PDP, and there's only one PDP. Also, when you see this one, open read-write mode. So your database, which is accessible, should be in a read-write database. So earlier, for creating a database, what we need? First, we have to find the location of PDP and PDP's root compartment and its data files, because the new database would be created with the help of the root compartment. It needs permission from this one because it have to add this database files entry needs to be updated in this PDPs. What we will do first, file the file location, data file location of this one. So this is the location. Yeah, the file exists. Now, with the help of single command, we can create database. Where is it?
So what did we do?
Yeah.
Gave some command?
No, I'm just finding I have written somewhere.
Oh, you're just
Command.
searching. Okay. Previous command.
Yeah. Yes, so do only keep that. Create pluggable database, then database name, the new database name, admin user. So this one admin user, they've paid to identify by passwords. Role is your DBA. When you give the role DBA, that means it's like a sys user. It have all the accesses. With a single command, you will create one database. Now show PDBs. Can you see the new PDB? But you can also see it's open mode. It's not in a read-write mode. So what we have to do is like a single command, open database in read mode. Your database is ready. Your new database is ready. Now, if you want to check data files, the new data files which you have created, new data files added. But on the other side, if you want to see background processes, only one background processes, you on everything. I said that in container-based databases, a single background process would be shared by all the databases which keep on adding. They do not need any more background processes. Now, we have schema. In which database? Lab PDB. Let's see. Let's connect with this database also. Okay, this is the one which is created. Schema password given. Let's connect. This is my original one. And the new PDB which I have created. It isn't there. So now let's see how much of data I have in this table. Select star. I have records of 10 records. Now I want to export. I want to let's example. Now I have a request on development team. database dev PDP have one schema called Apex, which they need. Edit this schema in new database, which could be anyone. In my case, the new database is dev PDP2. Now I want to copy Apex schema along with its all objects. Object means all the tables which it have, tables and everything, along with the grants and everything. And I have to copy in dev PDP2. That's my target. First, what we have to do, we'll be using a EXPDP. Let's see what is EXPDP. Oracle export input utilities in Oracle. Export and import are the Oracle utilities that allow us to make export and import of the database objects and transfer data records across data bases that resides on different hardware platform on different Oracle versions. That means it is completely platform independent. Whether you're transferring database which is running on the Windows to Linux with the help of export and import, it doesn't matter, because Oracle doesn't have its own the dump data which is dumped. It's have own binary files. It doesn't matter for the Oracle on which you are exporting. So you can cross platform. You can export data Linux platform, or else you can export database from Linux environment and can restore in a Windows environment. Different hardware platform or different Oracle version. Export and import are used to perform logical backups and recovery. When exporting database objects are dumped in a binary file which can be imported into another Oracle database. That was the command. Format exp. Value is the object table name, table 1, table 2, table 3, or schema which you want. That was how you have to do export command. Import provides backward utility. It allows you to import the objects that you have exported in a lower Oracle version also. Import doesn't create already existing objects. It either abort the import process or ignore the error if you have specified ignore equals to y. Now, that was exp. Look, there is a difference. Exp and IMP-DP. Exp IMP, it was valid in Oracle 10G. But after 11G onwards, it's called Oracle Data Pump, known as EXP-DP. Data Pump. Oracle Data Pump is a newer, faster, and more flexible alternative to the EXP and IMP utilities used in previous Oracle version. In addition to basic import and export functionality, Data Pump provides a PLSQL API and support for external tables. Let's see. Now you got to know what is import export.
Yes.
We'll be performing some real. Okay. So export and import. exp. For earlier, the command was exp. Now the command would be expdp. Wait, expdp. This is a new utility. Earlier it was exp. That was in Oracle 10G. But after 11G, 10G, 11G, 12G, 1870s onwards, you can use expdp. So what are the things which you have to do before exporting backup? First, expdp, export. It needs a valid user. Second, it needs a valid directory. Why directory? Any idea why it's a directory?
Because that's where it will keep the file.
Yes, after the backup is completed, like once the object is pulled from the database, it's gonna store somewhere on the OS side where you can copy to another database. So it needs a valid directory. User, which is export user, needs to have read, write, access to directory. Which directory? Data pump directory. So this directory is called data pump directory. Data pump directory. Look, by default, sysadmin,
Okay.
you can export any schema, database, table, index, any objects. You are the most powerful user because you can do anything. Either you do it by yourself as DBA who doesn't require passwords, or else if you're doing with the help of any schema, in that case, schema user and password will be required. It needs a valid user. If it's apart from the sys.
Okay.
Even system, it will need a password. Again, if it's like Apex, it needs password. It would require everything. If it is the data user is Apex or any other user apart from the sys, that means they need to have read-write permission also. Okay. Now you check that space. Why in episode? Because you are performing a backup. It's a backup kind of activity. Okay, you're backupping you might be today right now performing the first space schema. Tomorrow, if you want to backup the entire database, in that case, you need enough of space available on the mount point. Okay, let's go and do these things. First, create backup directory for data. Create backup directory. First, we will find what is like by default existing data pump directory would be there. Let's see. Can you see data pump directory? Now depends on you whether you want to go and export to the same directory or you want to create a new directory. If you want to create a new directory, you can go first. You have to go to the OS. Example, now I want to create any directory. Let's example, I have a temp location. I want to create OEM, KDR, Apex underscore data. I can create that one. Let's go to Apex. Note on the location, not the location, this one. I want to get a directory. I can create a new directory also. So I can give any name which I want to give. Example, now I want to create a new directory. Like first would be fetch the existing data pump directory. Okay, let's not use this one. Let's create a new one. Create directory on OS level, which we did. Okay. We have created a directory. Alter session set container equals to new directory. Let's change the container also. To which PDP would be connecting? PDP1, PDP or PDP2? First, I have to go backup. First, I would continue to the source. What it will create? A directory called create or replace database directory. Data underscore apex underscore temp. I've given the name for directory. Directory name is that OS different one. Okay. Now, what as location? Now the location would be given create or replace directory. Directory name, location different one. Location, I'm giving directory name. So this directory is gonna point to this location. And this location is part of this directory. Now, when you click over here on the DB directories, if you want to see all the directories, what is the name which you have given? Can you see this one? First one. This is the we have created now.
Okay.
DB underscore directories. So all these directories are different used for different kind of things. Oracle home, base, log, they all are part of directory. So somewhere the Oracle is maintaining as a table for them and keeping all the records in a well-state table. For its reference, is keep on taking one. Okay. So you cannot directly blindly use in directory. First, you have to verify what Oracle have over there. The first my data BAM directory. A directory is created. Now what I have to do? I have to give grant read access to Apex user. Grant read dot directory on directory from to Apex. Grant succeeded. Third. Now I'm going to export it. Now I would be connecting to database to this one. While connecting to database, I have to specify the TNS name called TNS. So under this location, Oracle home, DB home network admin, there is one file called tnsname.ora. Under this file, you have to specify the name for a PDP. PDP name, host is the IP address, public IP address, port number would be same, service name would be this one, dev PDP PDP1. So if you want to find the service name, what you have to do is like listener lsnr ls status. You can see PDP status where copy this one and put in this file tns.ora. We'll cover listener and TNS later on, but just now for this moment, just go and update these entries in this file. So this tool would not be there. Only one line would be there. Can you just check on your local machines on databases? Only this would be there. So you just have to copy this one and paste at the bottom of the line and change this name to the old PDP and the new PDP. And the host would be the public IP addresses. Port number would be same for both of them. The only thing would be changed is like the PD service name. Now it's done. Now DB directory is there. Now what I will do? Export. I'm using, let's example, I'm using this XPDP XPDP system and system password. Pointing to which database? Pointing to this PDP. First one. Give. I have to give @ symbol. Point to TNS name. Now that is which? The one we have created. Okay. And important thing, dump file. So in which file you want to export? You have to give to apex_data.dmp dump schema. Schema equals to username. Which schema you want to export? Apex. Any question right until now? Let's see what the catalog says. Bad dump file specification that equals to data underscore apex underscore temp. Let's do one thing to this location. Okay, my export is completed. So I think it was having some issue for writing to this temp location. So I have changed to different location. So now I'm writing to this location. Okay, so that's the only change I have made. Okay, now let's go to this location and see what is .temp. It's a binary file. Let's see. It's a binary file. You cannot see. Okay. Now let's see what is the size. 348 KB. Okay. Now, if I want to compress this size, imagine right now it's just a small one table. Apex have only 1, 2 table. Okay, it doesn't have much of records. But just imagine that now I might in the future I might have database which is of huge size. Huge size. So what I can do have other more option. First delete this. this move command parameter compression equals to y. So now what is the size? Let's see. Can you see how it got compressed? 348 KB to 96 KB. So this parameter can be used when you know that you have a database. It is size of 100 GB, 200 GB of app schema, and if of course you need that much of mount point available, space available on the database size. If though you have, still you should compress it because it compresses data, and it can be because you want to transfer back to some other databases. So in that, your target should be to reduce the size of the data pump or the dump directory. So export is completed now. Now what I want to do, I want to import to other database. So just tell me now what I have to do in order to import this database to other databases. What I would need. Would I need that schema to be there, present, available, where I can import the data along with the permissions, read, write permissions, everything, create table permissions, grants, table spaces.
I thought it will copy from that export everything.
Eventually, how it used to happen that now, if I want to copy something now, it's quite simple. Okay, person A send some data to person B. What it will check? Authorization of the person authorized or not. Second, person is capable of handling that thing or not. Person does have that much capacity to handle or not, whether it has the rights to handle it or not, rights to take it or not. In the same way, schema is also there. Schema A is there. Okay, schema have schema apex have read, write, and have its own table space. Or own table space is there. Okay. Now you want to export its schema. Let's example. John. I want to export it John. But that schema should be there. Right? In the target database, it's my source database. Target. Now you tell me whether the schema John should exist there with read and write permission and its own table space, because our target is to export data. Import Import is completed. Okay, now you have your database file. Okay, the dump file is available. The dump file is available. Now you want to import in target database. Imagine now this table space overhead size is 100 GB. But do you have any guarantee that 100 GB of space is available, 100 GB of table space free is available on target database?
No.
No.
That means you don't know whether the space is available or not. The table space is available or not. Schema exists or not. With read-write permission to create directory, create table object permission exists or not. So you have no idea about this one. So let's catch on Monday and you tell me that how we can import it. You're free to Google everything. Okay, so now the export is completed. We have export database. Now our target is to import it. And we will be importing the same in different databases. Okay, now this was exported from dev PDB. We will be importing dev PDB 2. In your case, it should be test PDB and test PDB 2.
So in the same name, the schema will be the same name Apex when we import it.
Yeah, you're fine. You can use same name or different name.
Okay.
You can do anything. It's on you. Now, tomorrow on Monday, you will tell me how we can do that. Whether we need the schema name with permission to create table other objects along with own table space with enough of memory, enough of space on table space data file. Okay, now. If not, then what other option is available?